today we are together here as a C5 of group coaches, Beyond Coaching Together Again. And today the question is a fascinating question. The question is, where does it hurt the most as a director of a board? So in my opinion, it hurts most as a director when I feel a conflict with the values of the decision that is taken around the table. When I feel that the direction that this business decision is going is in direct conflict with myself, and that there was not enough chance and opportunity to talk about different perspectives so that a more cohesive final conclusion can be built and woven around this very responsible decision that a board is making. In times like that, a director can feel very alone and can feel very isolated, and that is very difficult.
Where it hurts is where I sense people are not authentic. When I have some doubt about them. For example, if they have share in the company, and suddenly I'm not sure that their advice is an authentic advice. Also, when they bring their personal problem in the boardroom, we all have personal problem, and this ability to be able to disconnect from our personal problem for me is quite important. And last one is when we can have arguments between ourselves without hurting each other, because if we hurt each other, suddenly the cohesion of the group is.
Corporate governance has become excessively complex with lots of issues to resolve. I think it's important to list them and to prioritize them and to make sure we can apply our collective mind to just one or two, but certainly a very few of them, and resolve them, and then move to the next one.
There are many perspectives to this. I wonder, well, if I had to prioritize, I would say, in my own experience, the part that it would hurt the most is feeling excluded. And that is an interesting topic because often it happens in such a way that people from different backgrounds polarize themselves into little groups. And there's a kind of a distancing that emerges. So that kind of distancing, that kind of isolation for me would be very uncomfortable. The other side is the speed at which the interactions happen. Is something that I personally had to get used to in order to be able to feel included and therefore comfortable. So on my side, what I find in order to adapt and avoid the hurt, because my mind moves quite fast and I appreciate it if others do the same, I had to calm down and listen more. On the other hand, around the table, to the extent that others sort of feel that I'm included, alleviates any sort of discomfort. So being included on the other hand and being patient on the other, that's my experience.
I'm thinking about what could hurt the most, but I always, I think I can find so many things, you know, so depending on the circumstance and the group of people, because I've been on different boards and the dynamics are quite different in each one of them. But basically I would drop it down to two areas. You know, one is really the ability to be relevant in the context, and when you are confronted with a different space or a different opinion, the point that I found quite difficult at times is the desire to overpower the other side with own opinion, and that really to me becomes a different issue. It's not anymore about the topic at hand, but it's more about who's right and who's wrong. And when we go into that, I've seen very bad choices being made, and that hurts quite a bit. So I would say, you know, distinguishing between right and wrong and what works and what doesn't work would really help me in the area of what is difficult to bear in the board. But then each situation has its own context and probably I would hear in different ways with different groups. So that's what I would say. But so this is the question we've been wrestling with. And if you have any questions, if you have any comment or anything, or if you want to call us for a coaching call, please leave a message and we'll contact you. Thank you.